Good morning, I'm Terry, and welcome to TARDIS Spider. Yesterday was Doctor Who Day at the Foley Public Library. A fun time was had by all. New and old friends were met. So let's look at some of the interviews we had and enjoy Doctor Who Day. Harold has stopped by to visit with us, and we're going to ask him a few questions about Doctor Who. That's all right. Harold, who's your favorite doctor?
Well, it's this doctor number 11 back here.
Matt Smith.
Yeah, Matt Smith. That's where I started. Can I tell a little about how I got started?
Please.
I have a friend who's a little younger than me. His name is David, and he said we should watch Doctor Who together. So when we had the whole COVID year and we were just kind of stuck at home doing more media and all that stuff, we decided on Mondays we would watch a Doctor Who episode and then talk about it afterwards on Zoom. So we've been doing that all last year and into this year. And I'm just down here visiting the Gulf Coast for a few weeks, and that's how I got started on Doctor Who. So I'm pretty new at it, but I'm loving it.
There's over 200 stories to watch if you use the old and the new. And you're from where?
Well, I live in Woodland Park, Colorado, west of Colorado Springs.
Definitely west of here.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoy Doctor Who. I hope you enjoy your visit here to the Gulf Coast.
Oh, we're loving it.
And check out the other doctors. They're all wonderful. And please check out our channel, TARDIS Spider.
Yeah. Will do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. Bye.
This is Michael. He, too, is a Doctor Who fan, and he's joined us at the library. Michael, how long have you been a Doctor Who fan?
1978?
That's longer than me. So you've seen all of Doctor Who or just most of it?
I'm always going to say most of it because there's always some of the early episodes that all of a sudden it's like, I don't remember ever seeing that one before. And so, yeah.
Do you have a favorite Doctor?
No, so Tom Baker, he's always,
Everybody.
It's like, he was there for so long. But Pete Pertwee.
Me.
Yeah. The velvet always stands out, he stands out really well in my head, but then it's like so many of them are so good.
That's
it's
true.
really kind of insane to say it's like, oh, I like this one better than that one. It was the nature. To me, it seemed like when you're having a continuing character being purposely played by different people, it seems kind of silly to say that you prefer that one over the other one when they purposely build in that their personalities are actually going to alter to a certain extent at the same time. I always took it as it's going to be more dynamic. This one's going to be afraid of spiders. This one's going to hate mashed potatoes. So, no, I didn't do that, really.
Well, I don't. I have 13 favorite doctors. Who's ever the doctor today is my favorite. Now, so you say you haven't seen all of it, but you've seen a lot of it.
Oh, yeah, I'd say way over 90%.
And where did you start watching Doctor Who?
PBS.
PBS.
Channel 12 in New Orleans.
Well, I had PBS Channel 42 here in the Mobile area. It used to be Saturday nights, and it was a lot of fun. In fact, I gave up going out on Saturday nights to watch Doctor Who. I would go out on Friday nights, but be home on Saturday nights for Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So that's good. So you still watching Doctor Who?
Yeah.
The new and the old, or just the?
Oh yeah. I'm always going to discover more stuff, rewatching some of the older ones because I started watching them at such an early age.
Right.
There are so many things that went right past me that I did not get. The stupid jokes, the just how bad some of the costume making was.
Oh, yes.
But at the same time, how innovative they were doing that, combining those two things together with such a low budget. Because for a show that was as huge as it was,
Mm-hmm.
even back then, they had to have one of the worst budgets for such a major show that I could possibly imagine.
The BBC didn't like the show. In fact, I think that if they cut the budget for today's show, they might make better stories if they had to be innovative and figure out how to do things. Now they just do it on the computer and, oh, that's the effect we're aiming for.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they don't try as hard. Today they use emotions to get the quick stories over. In the past they used character development. Just like they got rid of the sonic screwdriver because they felt it was a magic wand and it solved too many problems. When they brought back Doctor Who because the stories were shorter, they brought back the sonic screwdriver so that they wouldn't have to try to figure out to do things. They just go and get it done.
Yeah, well, but that was always something that was, to me, that was always something that got tied in with the whole aspect of a lot of the futuristic of science fiction. Who was it that stated it's like significantly advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic?
I don't know who said it,
Yeah,
but
right,
I
yeah.
know the saying.
And it's been around for longer than Doctor Who.
True.
And so it makes it a viable tool to use in that regard because it's beyond us, and yet somehow we have found ways to, it's like, well, that's a really, really neat thing. Why can't we have that? And all of a sudden, and I think it ties back into, it's like trying to force our brains to do something to come up with it. And it's like where before you mentioned it had to do with backstory
Right.
and character development. It forced us to develop technology and our understanding of the universe. And we figured things out that we didn't have before or was considered strictly within the realms of science fiction. And it's not anymore.
No, science fiction is tomorrow's science.
Yeah.
We'll figure it all out someday. An example of the magic, you could take a flashlight, and maybe Benjamin Franklin wouldn't think it was magic, but everyone he knew would think a flashlight was magic.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just minds can't grasp so many things they don't know. Well, Michael, thank you.
Oh, no, it's
Great interview.
fantastic
Nice to
meeting
meet you.
Yeah. And
Love your wife.
carry on.
All right.
Always keep looking up.
And now we're with Michael, who doesn't know much about Doctor Who, but he's just learned about the TARDIS. What do you know about the TARDIS, Michael?
That the TARDIS stands for time
And
and
relative
dimension
dimension in space.
in space.
Yes. Now, Doctor Who travels in the TARDIS. Did you know that the TARDIS is larger on the inside than the outside?
I just read a little something about that on the Wikipedia page about that.
Did you?
Yes.
So, I hope we spurred your interest and you'll watch some Doctor Who.
Yes.
It's been my favorite television show for about 40 years.
And you know, the interesting thing, I knew of Doctor Who when I was in a little bit about the title a little bit, but I just never knew, the whole demeanor behind it. Because I remember when I was a little kid, I used to play the pinball machine a lot. But I just never knew. I just thought it was just the name of the pinball.
Right.
I didn't really know that it was actual a show or anything like that until I came to the library and found out that, hey, this is something real.
Yes. Well, being a British television show, you probably weren't exposed to it at all growing up.
No.
So it used to be on public television on Saturday nights. It is no longer. But it's available on streaming services if you stream your television. And it's a very popular show worldwide.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us?
No, that's it.
It's okay. Thank you for coming on camera.
Thank
I
you.
hope you enjoy your visit with us today.
Okay.
And I won't put you in the Doctor Who quiz because I'll bet you cannot answer the questions.
That's fine.
Thank you, Michael. And this week, for a recommendation, a new season of Agatha Raisin will premiere December 20th on Acorn. So enjoy Agatha Raisin and enjoy your journey through time and space. I will see all of you again soon. And remember, a child cannot have a favorite book if they do not have one.
Give a child a book today.
Thank you. All right. Great job, buddy. Let's see how that turned out.
Come here. Hey, you want to go walk around and we can go look for Dr. Who's?